Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Life's beating on you like the 12th round of a championship bout? Come on in and let's talk about it. On this podcast, we welcome all positivity and we stand on self-reflection and improvement. So hit the lights so we can get our shine on. You're now tuned into the Lights Please podcast. Welcome back to the pod. It's everybody's favorite homeboy, Kurt. Glad to be on this side of life once again. So, I am not going to hold you long. We have a special guest for today, and I want to get right into it. But first, before we can get into it, we got to push P. This is Pushing P, where we are pushing positivity onto the world one daily affirmation at a time. So today we have for you Turn the Page. And this season right here, the chapter that you're on has been too long. It's time to turn the page and write a fresh chapter in your life. Your story has been stagnant, but it's not finished yet. Also, we're going to introduce a new segment, and it's called Poetically, of course. So, this is a segment where I finally found the avenue to use my poems that I wrote. I wrote several notebooks of poems, and I have no idea what I want to do with them. So I figured that I'm going to start sharing them one by one with you. Hopefully, you'll like them as much as I do. And now you have entered the smooth sounds of Poetically, of course. Can I get some poetic snaps in the chat, please? Thank you. They say you never miss anything until it's gone. Then the real mixed with the fake to celebrate who was. All while you now lay there soon, be no more than ash and bone. It's the memories that keeps the person alive. The laugh, the tears, the struggles, the victories are the things to hold inside. But don't wait till I'm in a box to understand how much I mean to you. Give me my rose now. Grudges we hold on to, the bridges we burn. Words are just words, they say. But sometimes they are not only felt, but heard. The anger consumes us, and we become an outer shell of ourselves. We begin to cross lines and penetrate the deepest fears. The way you live, but your soul can be reduced to dust. Then a new person ferments water with the tears of the hearts you've broken. Then seeds continue to manifest, more and more thorns until sunshine comes, and a beautiful rose has awoken. That's why I need my homegoing now. I've died so many times I feel like the Holy Ghost. When I lay to rest my old ways, I think I deserve a toast. My greatest weakness wasn't the pain, but the fear of dying alone, and my soul the Lord will claim. Let's sing a song with joy, for the old me placed under his headstone. Don't eat in my memory, because not all of them are good, but I guess that's what makes us human. The man I am is more than flesh and bone. Appreciate me now, I won't be breathing forever. I hope my memories and my essence last through the terrors. Hopefully one day you can look at your true self in the mirror. Wear a shirt for me now while I'm above the dirt. Love me now. The love of self was hard enough to find from years of being blind. But what if I found it too late? What if I did drown in all this hate? Time and time again, I've kept myself from being great. Hopefully, this isn't my fate. But thank God I found my escape. Give me my roses now. I need it. Let me know all my trials wasn't in vain, and my once pure heart was not forever stained. For all the tears I cried, I finally blossomed from the pain and deceit. I found the love I was missing. Never knew it was this sweet. The dirts of the rust fertilized the seed I planted. Now peeks the bud of a rose from the hardened concrete. Now I've become a part of the planet. All right, so we back today on the pod. I have a special guest with me. It's my boy DJ, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's going on, everybody, man? My name's Dwight Morton Jr., man. Everybody call me DJ, though, man. Born and raised in Macomb, Mississippi. Received my associate's degree in psychology from Southwest Mississippi Community College. You know, a little bit by myself. I'm studying at Belhaven University right now. Studying to get my bachelor's in music performance. So a little bit about me, man. You know, just a young dude who love to work in the church, man. Love to work, love gospel music, man. Love the ministry. Just love everything about it. Here with my boy Kurt today, man, just to see what's going on in the podcast, man. Just to see and expound on some topics today, man. Just happy to be here, Kurt.
Oh yeah, appreciate you for coming, my boy. So you know, you want to tell the folks how we met, bro?
Yeah, man, we met. What was it, man? Like 2 years ago?
Is it 2 years now?
Yeah, it's 2024, so it's gotta be 2 years.
When your boy Marcus found out that we was
yeah,
we was having a little.
We don't supposed to say no names. We don't supposed to put no names.
Man, this is no, bro. We say name. Well, I at people on this podcast. Man.
Okay, well we can add them then. Well, my former constituent by the name of Marcus Nelson, man. He had heard who was it? Jerome was supposed to be down there?
Yeah. We
gotta go, man. We got on the road. We came down the Parkway to see what was to it, man. And I met my boy Kurt, man. Out of everybody in the church, two people stood out to us was Kurt and Cam, man. Two down-to-earth people, two good homies. And that's how we met, though, man. We've been traveling all over the country, though, doing gospel, acapella gospel music, man. You know, just doing our thing, bro. That's how we met, though. 2 years ago, man.
Now, disclaimer, I wouldn't say all over the country.
Nah, it has been all
more
over
like the southern states. But we done been a few places around it. You know, we've been around the bend a little way. You know, if y'all wanna.
It's Arkansas Southern? Well, that's a dumb question. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, Alabama, that goes without saying.
That would have been Arkansas, Alabama twice.
We did a lot of cities in Alabama. Well,
yeah.
Y'all, the group, did a lot of cities in Alabama.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be somewhere today, but
you know how black folks.
Yeah. We were supposed to be somewhere today. Montgomery, Alabama. We're sorry we missed y'all, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so tell me what your upbringing like, bro.
Oh man, I was a clown, man, all my life. My upbringing was good though, cause I'm a pastor child. So I see this next question, but I'm a preacher's kid, and I was always held to. I'm gonna say that for the first one, for the second question, but my childhood was good though, man. I had everything a young kid could want, man. You know, everything I needed was there. You know, stability, spirituality, and laughter. You know, just a good environment for a kid to grow up in. I didn't have to need for anything, wonder where my next meal was coming from. I had a great childhood.
Okay. And you know, as you mentioned, you know, you are a preacher's kid.
Yeah.
I'm married to a preacher's kid, so I know how it goes. Well, I ain't gonna say I know how it goes exactly, but I can see what goes into being a preacher's kid. But you know, I've never really asked you this before, so you know, what was it like growing up being a?
First of all, shouts out to the PKs. But you know, growing up as a preacher's kid, it's like you got your good and bad, man. I was held because I was a preacher's kid. I was held to a higher standard
For sure.
in school, you know, and everywhere I went, I was held to a higher standard. So like when I acted like myself, it was like, wow, you know, it's this big thing.
You know your daddy a preacher, right?
Yeah. This first thing.
Hey, first thing they say,
That's
you know
first
your
thing
daddy
they
a
say.
preacher, right?
But I mean, I used to always tell him he's the preacher, I'm not. You know, I'm young. You know, I got my own individuality, man. I'm who I am. Cause I mean,
That carry a different type of burden. Now, you know, you preacher's kid, you don't want to mess up your father's image.
right.
But at the same time,
People live their life too, though.
right, that's what I'm saying. In the same token, you got to be your own individual. So it really don't. I ain't gonna say it don't matter that your father's a preacher, but and especially in the black churches, it really like being the first lady, being the child, other pastors is an important role to most of them. But I met your father. Your father's probably one of the coolest
Yeah,
pops
man.
on the
That
planet.
Negro is cool, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
but that's a down to earth Negro.
He is, man.
That's a very down to earth.
Wouldn't trade him for nothing. But I mean, he and one thing I can't give him, he never tried to put that stigma on me to be, you know, you got to be this, you got to be that, you know, you got to be. He let me live my life, you know what I mean? And I'm not with limits now. Because I'm not the type of person to
just go out there.
Yeah, wild out. Yeah.
Go out there, yeah.
But he let me do my thing, you know, he let me make my own mistakes, you know, you gotta go make your mistakes, and he was always there when I needed advice. My mom too, you know, they wasn't super strict.
I love Miss Patty. Shout out to Miss Patty.
Yeah, they wasn't super strict, but you know, they was there for me. You know what I mean? You know, they awarded me the spiritual aspect of life, but they let me, you know, live, you know, because they know they was once young.
For sure. So, you know, being a preacher's kid and, you know, you being held to a different standard, you know, you went to Macomb High School and all that.
Yeah.
You wasn't bullied any for being a preacher's kid, was you?
Nah, actually, it's funny you say that because I was like I said, man, I was a class clown, man, and I was pretty much cool with everybody. I can have a conversation with anybody. I would take like, I ain't gonna say, I would take like the quiet kids. I ain't gonna say nerds, and I can take them and, you know,
That's a term.
Yeah, have you know, have a conversation with them. I was cool with everybody. Hispanics in the school, Mexicans, black people, white people.
Hey, brother, that's the same thing.
Wait, hey.
Hispanics and Mexicans is the same thing.
Well, you know, man, I don't know.
So, you know, I know that you class clown, you a
Yeah.
funny dude and all of that. And with being that, you do some pretty dumb things sometimes. So I want you to give the people one of your most embarrassing moments.
Most embarrassing moment, man. When you say embarrassing, like
You know, some like falling down the stairs, not throwing up on yourself, but like peeing on yourself.
No, I peed on myself though.
Yeah, I think everybody peed on it. So you
Yeah,
gotta give me something a little bit more specific. Like you asked the girl out and she told you no in front of everybody.
Yeah. We was going to like the 6th grade dance.
That happened to you too?
That happened to me, bro.
I was just saying that could happen.
Nah, we was going to the 6th grade dance, bro, and I had my candy, you know, all my stuff laid out. You know, I had my partner. It was like 40, 50 people in the hallway, bro.
Yeah.
And she was like, no.
Oh.
She just straight up said no.
Man, look, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you the story. Boy, you know how they used to buy roses in the school, right, for about $1. I don't know if y'all did that. But you can buy roses for somebody at school for $1. Yeah. I bought like 5 of them because I begged my mama for $5. I bought like 5 of them because this girl.
You spent the whole 5?
I spent the whole 5, bro. And this girl, I was crushing on it. So I bought 5 of them, right? And then I wrote on the note card, it says, from anonymous. And then she stood up like, oh my gosh, she was anonymous. Hey, so like I stood up with the little slick smile. She said, you can have these back. I said, oh my God. Goodness gracious.
Kurt, I would have died laughing,
man.
Yeah.
No, I was crying on the inside though, I ain't gonna lie.
But you laughed it off though.
Yeah, I did.
But me being me, I ain't care.
See, I don't know. I was a nerd, so I was.
Yeah, I was different, man.
I was different in the other different way.
You would eat at the lunch table by yourself?
Not by myself. I had like 2 friends, and we have a name.
Oh, you was one of them types.
Yeah.
But you know, the older I get though, the more I feel like, man, them people, you know, it's sad though, man. You know, everybody not outgoing.
You're right. I would not. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would not go in at all.
And, you know, the culture we grew up, you know, y'all from Hattiesburg, I'm from Macomb. It's like the same city.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, but it's like in this culture, bro, we got an outgoing culture. But
yeah, you know, black people just naturally outgoing. You can stick a black person in the room and he'll figure out where you from, how you doing, where your dog at, and all that. Yeah. So you know that we sing together,
right?
And you know, you're a worship leader at your church. I'm a worship leader at my church. So when did your passion for music begin?
Oh man, I got time. No, I got time.
You got plenty of time. Hey,
I
bro, we
got.
got all day.
All right, man. My passion for music sparked, and I get asked this question a lot, but I don't know the specific time and date, but I do know that I was young. I started worship leading in my church at like 12. Started at 12,
Okay.
and Marcus that we talked about in the beginning, man, he came to our church because our church never been known for singing. We never had song leaders, and we never had people to carry out our worship. So Marcus came in like 2008, and he did his little thing with the bass and stuff. He did his thing, and I was intrigued by that.
Mm-hmm.
But I never thought that I would be doing it. So fast forward to, let's say, about 2013 is when he came back, and he put a group together. It was called Team Blessed.
wait. Now I got to pause that.
Yeah.
Boy, I ain't never my Team Blessed.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in the process of making that name. But
Oh,
man, I was happy to be there though, because I was getting my start. You know what I mean? So
Jesus Christ.
to me, I was young, man. To me, everybody around me was like, "Team Blessed, what is it?" And I was like, I'm just happy to be. I'm young. I'm like 12, 11, 12 at the time.
Yeah.
And Carell was coming down. Carell, he was coming down, but helping us out. But yeah, we got in that group, and I was just on the bass with me and Marcus' nephew Tyreek. And I was happy to be there because I was getting my start. Because to me, it was when they was doing the bass and stuff and the singing, I was like, man, this is where it's at.
Yeah.
So the story, I wouldn't even say I chose music. Music chose me.
What's up?
Story, how it is that me and Snooki came to worship lead. I'm the minister of music now, but it's a process to get to that. One Sunday, I don't know the logistics of the argument because I wasn't at church at the time. I wasn't, I was putting up to the church. I was on the way to church. So I went there. I was like 13, 14 at the time. And one of the brothers in the church and Marcus had got into an argument. And Marcus is the type, don't really have nothing bad to say about him on the podcast, we discussed that after, but they was having an argument, and Marcus is the type that he feel like you need him, like you, in order for this work to go on, Marcus, I got to be here.
Right.
Like he that type of person, like worship can't go on without me.
All right, okay.
So they got into an argument, and the one of our brothers in the church, my Uncle Joe, shout out to Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
He said, Marcus, that if you was to die today, and he said, God forbid, if you was to die today.
That's where that story came from.
That's where that story came from.
Okay,
he said, if you was to die today, service in the church was still on, which is true, but it just was a bad way of saying it.
Sometimes
it's the God, yeah, truth hurts, man.
The truth hurts, bro.
Even me being a minister of music now, and the truth hurt, man. Even me now, if I was to die or go on or go somewhere else, the ministry still would go on because it's God's work.
Right.
But he left that Sunday, and me and Snooki were like greener than grass. Because we was always in the background.
Yeah.
We wasn't lead singing.
Right.
So it was me, Snooki, and my cousin D, and his girlfriend Darnisha before us.
Yeah.
And man, and Marcus left, and he took Tyreek, and he took the rest of the group with him.
No, he didn't take
like
the whole
15 minutes before church started, bro. And I get to church, I'm like, man, let's sing, let's get on the mic, And like, I don't think you understand. Like, Marcus gone, he took Tyreek with him, and I ain't already know how to bass thing. Like, yeah, man, he took my Tyreek with him, man. Marcus gone, the rest of the group gone. I said, man, what we gonna do? And the words that stick with me to this day, my cousin, shout out D Martin, my cousin, he told me, he said, bro, you either sink or swim. And at the time I didn't know what that means, but now I know. You either sink or swim.
For sure.
And we got up there and we did our thing from what I think like 2014 up until now.
Right. I'm
the minister of music there now, but from like 2014 to now, we've been doing our thing. He left there, initially left, but me and Snooki stayed, and we doing our thing now. God's blessing.
For sure. I ain't never really just delve into like how I started singing. All I know is that one day that I was sitting down in front of the TV, and my mama so happened to put on The Temptations.
I'm losing you.
Yeah. And at the time, you know, we post, so we don't have like 4 or 5 movies at the time.
Yeah.
And that was the only one she put in front of me that she said that I could, you know, I would sit in front of and just watch. And I grew up, and then that became a part. I can sing that movie from start to finish, every piece of it, both. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't really say when my passion for music started, because I didn't even know I could sing.
Right. It chose you basically.
Pretty much, because I didn't even know I could sing until I got in the 8th grade, and then I was singing one day, and somebody said, "Dude, you can sing?" I'm like, "Can I?" Like, no. And then then I wound up trying out for not trying out. I wound up doing a talent show,
Right.
and boy, I'm up there singing. What song did I sing? I was thinking I sung "Man in the Mirror," bro. And it was funny because I was up there. I had like my legs and stuff were shaking the entire time.
Yeah.
Right?
When I first started, bro, I was terrified.
Bro, cause you have no clue. Like, we out there, like, it's a talent show. I'm thinking it's gonna be like 4 or 5 people there. There was like 100 people there, bro. Everything. They brought their whole community out there, and then you in the middle of the gym, on the floor by yourself, and everybody just out there.
Your legs shaking.
Man, my legs.
I'm telling you,
I was about to swing back, like I was about to fall because my legs were shaking.
I don't think nobody was, when it comes to that situation, I don't think nobody was nervous. I sung like for a church anniversary, my first time leading songs.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous, my mama had to stand in front of me. And I had my back turned.
Yeah.
And I was singing. I don't even know what I sung. I was singing, and when I got through singing, I looked around her, and the crowd was like, I had the crowd because I was young.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, man, that was nerve-wracking. But I stayed nervous until like 6 years ago.
6 years.
Yeah.
Like, you still get a certain type of nerves singing though, because you want to sound. You don't.
No.
You don't get nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a look. I'm seasoned now, but
He tell all the listeners out there, Kurt is the person that when we singing somewhere, he is the person that say, man, y'all need to shake that nervousness, bro. He is the solid rock. Because Snooki is the most nervous. And Javal is like,
that boy got nerves to steal, because
Javal don't need to be there mentally, bro.
Right.
Javal don't care.
That boy turns to a different beast when he
I be
gets that microphone in his head.
Can't be spooked through. He just keep it quiet though.
Yeah, I don't really get rattled, because it's just singing. It's something I love to do.
Yeah, it's thinking,
it feel like natural to me, like, you know what I'm saying.
But
so
the nervousness make it fun though afterwards.
Yeah,
Man.
so,
That feeling
I was so
afterwards.
nervous.
Yeah.
We went up there, went up there and killed it. So, we talking about worship leading and all that. So I'm gonna just preface this by saying that we are affiliated with the Church of Christ, and we do a cappella worship. And so that would be a little different from most. I'm gonna say 99% of churches.
100%. Yeah.
It's 100% different
Different than every church in the world.
Yes, it sure is. It's an experience, and this is how I grew up, and this is how I came to know music. But I also have other musical experiences, because my mom and my auntie, they was in a choir. And,
I had a quartet group.
Yeah,
we did our thing.
So we got other musical experiences also.
Right.
But
I sung in college. I sung with a group when I first got to college. I sung with a group, Joel and the Unified Voices.
Okay.
So,
we got a little, we got a little something. But just to clarify that our religious conviction don't just does a cappella singing. So with you being the worship leader for about 5 years now, what's the hardest part?
I've been in music for 2. I've been a worship leader for like 9.
Okay. So what's the hardest part about leading worship?
In the Church of Christ, or just
in the Church of Christ. I'm gonna say that
man.
This one, and then we're gonna talk about other, because I know you got your group.
Yeah. Leading worship on Sundays is difficult in the Church of Christ, because you got people who haven't matured spiritually.
That's a word. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Say that again.
It's hard to sing to people who haven't matured spiritually. And singing, y'all get in the crowd, and some listeners on there probably won't understand. Some singers on there probably won't understand. As a singer or a minister, preacher, whatever you are, and you're ministering, you see everything that's going on in that crowd.
Everything.
And to see people sitting there looking like zombies, no matter how good you sing. One Sunday I said, man, y'all looking like zombies out there, man. No matter how good you sing, there's people out there, looking like zombies or Like God haven't been good. Man, God been good to all of us, bro.
Right, for sure. And it's kind of hard. I'm gonna say, because I'm a worship leader also. I'm gonna say it's kind of hard because with us being a cappella, we require congregational participation.
Yeah.
That makes the song more elevated than you stood up there watching me sing a song, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we sing more songs like gauged towards congregational participation. So if you don't participate, it seems like I'm just up there singing to you like I'm finna drop an album or something, and that's kind of discouraging because you want to. Our job as worship leaders is to minister people through song.
And it's rough too though, cause we get flack from people who ain't in the Church of Christ. They said, man, the first thing I said when I was Church of Christ, man, y'all sing without music, man. Y'all don't sing. Y'all make the beats with y'all mouth.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it's funny some of the stuff they be saying. Talking about we sound like man and friends.
Yeah, we sound like that. What's the name? I'm wet.
Oh, that man!
Shout out to him.
Bro, look, let me tell you.
Church?
If y'all don't know, if y'all ever heard of that viral video, that man said, "I'm moist.
I'm moist." That's Church
I'm
of
wet."
Christ.
There was a Church of Christ, and what North? That wasn't North Carolina.
That was Northbound Church.
Northbound Church.
I don't know where it's at.
Oh my God, he set us back 10,000 years, bro.
Yeah, Church of Christ always going viral for some. What about the man? I need a little. He say the word. Yeah, but yeah, he
going
viral.
Oh my goodness, man.
But man, we get a lot of negative feedback, bro. And people they're not in the Church of Christ don't know, bro. They just don't know. The acapella music is really where it's at,
and it's also harder to do acapella music because you have to hit your notes all 100% of the time. If you don't hit all your notes, people's gonna hear it because acapella we can't hide behind music. We can't hide behind what I'm saying, other stuff. So you have to hit all your notes. If you sound bad, everybody know you sound bad.
Everybody know you sound bad.
Pretty much. Change guards for a second. And we're going to get into some real therapeutic stuff because, as men, we don't really get the opportunity to really express ourselves in ways, and we don't really get those spaces, the really safe spaces to be emotionally vulnerable. So being a young man, a young brother, just turned 21, right?
Yeah,
just turned 21. You starting to get out there. You just, I want to say a junior now.
Junior college.
Yeah, junior in college. You got your car, you got your job. So when did you feel like that? Or I'm gonna ask this question first. Do you feel like that you became a man yet?
I mean, in the light of the world, you 21, they'll be considered, you're a man. But
right.
I still look at my father is a prime example. I still have a lot of work to do, man. Even looking at y'all that's older than me.
Right.
I got a lot of work to do, man. But I think when you've matured, as opposed to becoming a man, let's say that when you're matured is when how when you was younger, a lot of stuff that used to phase you don't phase you anymore.
Facts.
And
you start.
you're mature when your level of thinking changes. When you don't want the same thing that you once did want.
For sure, because your temperament becomes more advanced. Like some people, back in the day, how somebody be like, "Yeah, man, your mama ugly." Boy, you used to want to break somebody's neck for saying that. Somebody say that to you now, like,
people laugh.
Man, stop playing, grow up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's
And let me say this, man. There's men out there that's 18. And
this man, you're right. Because there's men out there that's 14.
It's men at 15. It's men. You are, man. I feel like when you've been put in man situations, bro, and you can rise to the occasion, that's when you become a man. Man, my dad always tell me, hey man, when you can flip that light switch on and off, and the lights come on, your family in here, they got heat and they got food in the refrigerator, you're a man then, bro. Yeah, that's when you're a man.
For sure. Like that's where I had my one homeboy Red. It's he had to take care of his younger brother and his sister because his mom was working all the time. So I used to walk my boy home from school sometimes and stay with him. I used to watch his brother and sister together.
Man stuff.
That's man stuff. You had to sometimes. We don't really ask to come in this world, and we don't ask for the responsibilities that be put on us. But as a man, at any age, once you accept those responsibilities and start doing what is right, then I believe that you start walking into your manhood.
Taking a turn, man. Women. I've seen something lately, man. I've seen a woman on the internet said, "Do not take me to Cheesecake Factory."
Mm. Nah, that bother you.
That bothers me because, man, as a man, y'all don't know what we go through in a day.
All right, go ahead.
We have two strikes against, and we grew up listening, hearing this all our life. We got two strikes against us. First, we're black. No disrespect to my white listeners if they are any. We're black men. Me and you, I know. We're black. We're dark skinned. We can't play that all.
What's up, preach, brother?
We're black men, and then we're men. So the world already don't have no sympathy on us because we're black. And then the other half of the world don't have no sympathy on us because we're men. So at each angle of life, we don't have we got to get it how we live. People don't cry for us. You know what I mean? That's why I've seen women say, "Oh man, this dude crying, man. What you crying for? Suck it up." People don't know how much men have bottled in. That's why I'm saying this podcast can be something to help somebody.
Yeah, that's the reason why I started the podcast, because like I said, those spaces that people usually get to be like women. So a woman can go call her mama, and then everybody gather around and put their arms around it and stuff like that. If I call my mom, she gonna be like, "Oh, suck it up, bro. You be like,
yeah.
I mean, not saying that, because I love my mom to death. My mom taught me everything I did. I'm prefaced by saying my Jennifer Killings, she did a wonderful job raising me and all that. But I'm just saying that as you get older, you know that men don't have those safe spaces to be emotionally vulnerable.
Don't, man. I mean,
and it's tough because we hold a lot of stuff in. We got to go out there to work. We got to come home and deal with a woman. We got to go. You know what I'm saying?
If people don't know, in America, the suicide rate for men is higher than women.
It's super high.
It's higher than women, man. Because women go through a lot too. Now, let me say that. Now, with kids and birth and what you dealt with. Men walking out your life. Have to raise kids by yourself. I understand it. But we go through a lot too. We held to high standards.
Yeah, I agree with that, because just being a man in general, like you said, don't nobody cry for a man. And a man, you can see a man go out there. You can go out there right now and see a man. You see a man get ran over. Probably one person will stop that, bro. You all right? Get on back up. Get on back up, bro. You be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, as a man, sometimes we cannot express ourselves without a little pushback or scrutiny, because they feel like the term, "Oh, you got to be a man, you got to be tough all the time." So what is something that's therapeutic for you to go to, like whenever you feel like the woes of being a man? Like what do you use as therapy?
Man, when y'all know, man, when we get on the stage, man, it's like it's relief for me, man, because that's the only time that people just with you right then, man. That's the only time that people just vibing with you, man. And this experience, I'm telling you, when people don't know, New Harmony, we go through what we go through, but we're a tight group of people. We've been through a lot of adversity together, and we just stayed at each other's house. We stayed in the same house for a minute, but you just don't know, man, that when we hit that stage, that's therapeutic for us. Being in the music ministry and going through what we go through in life, man, when we hit the stage, everybody is getting with us and clapping with us and we having a good time together, that's when I feel like I'll worry about what I'm going through after I leave this church or after I get off the stage.
For sure. And I'm going to say, for me, that church in general is therapeutic for me. Like, I like going to church, and because it's supposed to be the most uplifting place on the planet on Sunday. Every Sunday is supposed to be the most, or if you worship on Saturdays, I don't knock no religion. But
shout out to the 7-day Adventists.
You know what I'm saying? I don't knock no religion. Yeah. So whatever day you worship, when you arrive to that church, synagogue, tabernacle, house of prayer, house of whatever church you go to, it's supposed to be the most uplifting place. Whatever it is, you can be at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be the most uplifting place on the planet. That's where you go and you cast all your cares, and you don't care about whatever's going on in the world at the time for those 2, 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes. But you don't care. You know what I'm saying? They did say Paul preached until midnight now.
Yeah. Shout out to my churches who preach along.
Yes, sir. There were 2, 3 services back to back.
But the kind of going on what you're talking about, man. Sometimes church can be with this culture. Look back on when you was a little boy. People took pride in going to church.
For sure.
Church was always packed.
Church was the number one thing.
Church was the number one thing. Now many people don't go, and we can't ban it on COVID because people wasn't going to church
before
COVID.
They was not going to church before COVID at all.
Well, people took pride in going to church, man, putting their Sunday's best on going to church. It used to be the place where we can fellowship with our fellow brother man and brother woman. Brother woman. And we can fellowship with them for a minute, man, and we can forget about what's going on in the world. But now sometimes you go to church, man, and all my listeners out there that's in the church just being members, you don't play a part in church, just you just go to worship and nothing is wrong with that. To y'all who go in there and y'all just sit down and just church have become something where you get almost depressed to go.
For sure.
It's a shame that you have good Sundays, you have bad Sundays, and you have those Sundays that just it was okay.
Yeah.
When God has been better to us today, man.
Boy, that's a word right there. Hey, but I don't know, bro. You might got a little preaching in you somewhere.
You know what they say?
But yeah, you definitely right, because especially I'm gonna say with this congregation, it might be a little controversial. But
shout out to Parkway, I love Parkway.
Yes.
Parkway.
It's just like I said, it's discouraging to see that God has bless people in so many ways, and then you come to church where you're supposed to give everything back.
Everything
you're supposed to give everything back, and you just sit there.
Your praise. People have, and you sit there like you saying, you sit there like God ain't did nothing. And people have, and I hope I can say this. People have turned, giving, your tithes, stuff like that. People have just turned it into money. Turned it into money. Man.
Oh my! And the scripture says, "Give as you prosper."
As you prosper.
Prosper can be a lot of things. You can prosper. You can prosper in happiness. Yeah. You can prosper in joy.
Sometimes just giving God praise is enough.
They never said give.
Supporting the preacher or the singer when they preaching or singing. That's enough.
Yeah, yes, you absolutely right. Because giving back is more than just about money. We do have to pay bills.
Now let me preface that by saying, give your tithes.
Yeah, we have to pay tithes.
Because we have to give as God has given us.
We got to pay the bills, y'all. Yeah. We got to pay the bills. But he's saying that when you come to church, you have to give more than just your money and your time.
Yeah.
You have, because you being just sitting there, you could have just watched it at home. Because most churches got lives nowadays. You can watch it at the crib.
God been good to us, man.
You come to church to give back. You can give a praise. You come to let off steam, because there's people out there that that's going through stuff, and they see somebody blessing the Lord, and they see somebody praising the Lord. They see somebody anointed, and they see somebody giving back everything. That encouraging them, like, hey, God has been good to me. Let me stand up, or let me do this.
Behind every person who you see giving God they all during service, it's a story behind that.
For sure.
It's struggle behind it, man. When you see somebody who just sitting down in church and hey, it's just another day. They go to church just to say, hey, I went to church today. That's a person who I guess haven't seen God move in their life. But when you see somebody who giving God they all, and God, it's all yours today. I don't care about these clothes. I sweat them out, whatever. Hey, that's somebody that got a story behind their praise right there.
That's up. And you absolutely right about that, man. And it's just sad that how to see that the church is supposed to be one of the pillars of the black community. We already don't have too much as a community as a whole. Like, we don't have too many. Like, one of the things I noticed that most black people say, like, when they whenever you ask a black person who their mentor is, they always say they pastor.
Right.
The first thing they say is either their mom or they pastor. Or sometimes their mom can be their pastor, or their dad can be their pastor. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, the church is supposed to be a pillar in the black community. That's why I wish that we would take church more serious. If we can take church more serious,
that's it.
And taking God's business more serious, then I feel like we as a whole, as a Christian community, we can do better, and we can do more work, because that's what we're really supposed to be doing when we're not at church. We're supposed to be working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You working.
Now, hope.
Yeah. Because the Bible says a man that don't work, he don't eat.
That's a word right there, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little hungry right now.
I was thinking about I think we're gonna eat.
Man, look, let's go segue a little bit more. So, since we're talking about being a Christian, and you also being a young man. So what is the hardest part of your daily walk with Christ? Like, what are some of the things
That trip me up.
that trip you up?
Temptation, man. And this Lights Please podcast. So, I mean, we always Kurt, Cam, me, Snooki, Javal. We always keep it real with each other. Temptation, man. We men. Well, I know Kurt is married. Shout out.
Now, let me say this. Let me say this, Father, because there's a lot of men out there that's not married, and you hope to be married one day. Let me tell you something. Just because you are married does not mean that temptation will not tempt you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, and I hope my wife is listening to this because I love her very dearly.
We love you too, Caleb.
I love her very dearly. Just because I'm married does not mean that the devil is not going to try to not get me to stop being focused on my wife.
Right.
So he'll send the finest little thing I ever seen in my life at Walmart, walking through, talking about some hay. And I got to make a decision in my mind.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I got everything I need at home. And so as a married man, temptation is one of the, especially as a man, not just a married man, just temptation is one of the things that allows your brain to override everything. It overrides all the good judgment that you ever had in your life. Your mama taught you right, your daddy taught you right, your grandma taught you right. But if you see a fine woman that looks like a Coke bottle and she walk past you, all your better judgment goes out the window.
Church folk can miss me with that. Y'all can miss me with that. Well, if you had the Lord on your side, you know the Bible says, "Be ye transformed with the renewing of your mind."
That's a lot.
Ever, man. I mean, come on. I mean, we men first of all, and women got their temptations too. But we men though. But the biggest thing for me in my Christian walk is temptation, man. And I work on that every day. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be perfect. I heard my guy, man, my good friend Landis Long, AJ Long. He said, "Don't let nobody tell you going to hell because you messed up. Because you gonna mess up today. You messed up today, and you gonna mess up tomorrow.
For sure.
The only thing that saves us is God's grace. So my thing with temptation. I mean, say what my daily walk is temptation, man. It's just temptation trips us up every day.
You just said something right there I want to expound upon a little bit, because this is one thing the black community and the Christian community can learn a little bit. Because I know it's mostly the older cats who used to be in, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, this is used to being told that everything they did was going to hell. If you put your shoes on wrong, you're going to hell. Right. You know what I'm saying? And everything that people do, it could possibly send them to hell, but that's why God gave us gave us the thing through His saving grace.
Through His saving grace.
And that's what and this is the thing right here. If God can give us saving grace, and we're supposed to be in His image, we should allow us to give each other saving grace.
What a preacher, only thing a preacher can do is just say what the Bible said.
For sure.
Can't nobody tell me I'm going there, because you have heaven nor hell to put me in. So preachers just
what Christians seem to forget, we are not judges. We are messengers.
Yeah.
As a Christian, the number one thing we want to do is deliver the news that Jesus died on the cross and He rose the third day. That's the only thing.
Took the sting out of death.
Exactly. Yeah. We are messengers. We are not here to say, "Oh, you won't crack, you're going to hell."
Yeah.
Oh, you drink too much, you're going to hell. You fornicate too much, you're a homemonger, you're going to hell. No, because one thing my grandma always told me, that's the best piece of advice she ever told me. Never hate the person, hate what they do.
Shout out to you,
you take the action away from the person, so that way you can always show them grace.
Yeah.
Like my uncle, I hate to say this, but my uncle is a long-time alcoholic, crackhead.
I mean, we're on the podcast, man. We say what we want to say.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, he long time everything. He got everything wrong with him. My grandma called him to this day every day to make sure he's okay. She's never hated him. She's never talked about him. She don't even like for you to talk about him, because it's not the actions that he's doing. It was the damaging part. Him himself.
My mama said something the other day, man. I felt like this was true, man. when you say, hey man, he ought to quit that drinking, it's easy for us to say because that's not our temptation.
For sure.
Somebody probably see me and say, man, he need to quit messing with them women, you know, and I say it's my thing.
Right.
But I'm saying, people, it's easy for us to say when that's not our area of sin.
Sure.
That's not our area. It's easy for us to see a crackhead say, man, he need to get off crack. Man, it's easy, bro. They don't know how hard they got it, bro.
Because everybody make mistakes. Once you start crack, you don't know how hard it is to get off crack. You don't know how hard it is to stop drinking. You don't know how hard it is to,
stop missing women. You just don't know.
Addiction is a very powerful thing.
Porn, I gotta say it. Lights, please.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, like we like Please podcast. I gotta say it.
You got to say it.
Yeah,
but
it is what it is.
You're right. Addiction is something, like you said, it's one of those things that just overrides your better judgment. Because once your body done got used to it, you gotta have it. So now you doing everything in your power to have whatever addiction that it is. So your mom absolutely correct, bro. People don't know these good. That's a struggle in itself.
People don't know, man. Hey, people don't know, man. They just don't know what people go through, bro.
Man,
you won't know what happened in that lady's life to put on crack. You won't know what happened in that man's life to drive him to drink.
Exactly.
Man, he probably lost his son the other day, man. He probably lost his son some years back, and he started drinking.
And we can all say, well, he could have did something different. Yeah. Let it happen to you, and let you fall off.
People can say, I can judge somebody all day when I'm doing good. When my life is going good, I can say, man, why is he on drugs? Why he doing this? I'm good. I can say that all day. Sure. But when the tables turn and when these lights go off, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Nothing.
And I got my faith in God, my God.
That's why I say you never judge somebody because you don't know their struggle, man. You don't know their struggle at all. So, because I see you very passionate about, church and music and just life in general. You being a young man and all. So, have you feel like you figured out your purpose in life?
I think I get this from my dad, man, and I think it's a good thing. I like helping people.
Okay.
That's why when people say it's a preaching, I say, man, I don't know, man, but I think it is. I just like helping people. Even through music, man. One lady, I sold CDs with my quartet group.
Okay.
One by one.
One by one. That was nice too.
Yeah, I sold CDs, and I was just selling them for $10. We had 8 songs on there, $10. Was selling them, and what meant more to me than the money was when a young lady, well, I'm gonna say young lady, shout out to you, Miss Brittany. Young lady, she used to be one of my teachers, back in grade school. She came to me, she said, I was going through something in my life, and this CD brought me through. This CD helped me get through a lot of nights, man. This CD, I played this CD, and sometimes I'd be on my way to work and I'd be crying. I come and work, I cry. It meant more to me to know I blessed her with that. I just want to help somebody, man.
See, that's powerful right there. Yeah. And that's why I hold music in such a regard, because I see, you see sometimes at the end of service, you see people standing up and like, hey, I got this going on, and it's something in my soul, because last Sunday, one of my favorite people, Sister Ingram, she said
shout out to you, Sister Ingram.
And she said that she went to the doctor and it wasn't too good, and you can tell that she wanted to break down and cry. And that hurt my soul so bad to see her like that, because she's so uplifting, and she every Sunday at church she come to me, she said she loved me singing, she loved the way
that meant more to you than anything.
That mean more to me every day. Every Sunday she come over to me and she give me a big old hug and she smiles. She tell me she loved me, and she loved my singing and keep doing my thing, and that just hurt my soul.
You bless the soul, man. You did your job. Now trying to entertain y'all, we ain't gonna do it.
What say what you think? We ain't no monkeys. But I take my ministry serious, because I know some people are actually like me. When I go to church on Sunday, I'm not perfect in any way. I go through things, even though I don't talk really. But that's why I made a podcast for, so y'all can start hearing my thoughts. So y'all start hearing my thoughts. So I don't really talk really, and I put all my soul and my all my anguish and all that stuff into music. If I sing a certain song on a Sunday and you feel like you're not feeling it, maybe it's not for you. I'm gonna just say that. I hate to say that, but maybe it's not for you. I'm gonna sing a little song probably for you, coming up. But sometimes I get up there and I gotta minister to myself, because I gotta be encouraged. That's one of the things that's I think that's lacking in the ministry, music, anywhere. It's just being encouraged, because some people go out there, like you said, you got one by one. You go out there to a concert, right? And 6 people out there. in the whole church, but there's 6 people out there, and you gotta go out there and perform. You go out there like, man, I wish I had more people
We
out
did
there.
that before, but when you bless somebody, you
Yeah.
forget. You think it's a million people in there, man.
For sure.
You forget.
For sure.
When you bless somebody, you can, even when you're singing and you lock eyes with that one person that's sincere and giving God their praise, and you're singing blessing them, you forget who else.
You forgetting everybody? Yes, sir. And this, I just want us all to be more encouraged,
Yeah.
and that way we can start blessing others. And that's, I think it's one of my purposes in life. I want to, like you say, I want to help people. I've been helping people for a long time. You can ask my grandma. I used to every Thanksgiving. There was this homeless couple that lived right down the street at this gas station. I would, whatever we got left over, I would take them food down that way because I was walking home from somewhere one day and I passed by and he asked me for $1. I said, you know what? I ain't got no dollar, but if you give me a second, I will come back and I'll give you something. So I bought him. I went to Walmart and I got him a blanket, a pillow, and then I got some leftovers that I had. And we've been good friends ever since. I don't know where he at now, but I think for like 3 Thanksgivings in a row, I'll pack up whatever we got left and I send it down there to him. But I don't like to be one of those people who like, yeah, man, I'm out here doing the benevolence for the people.
Man,
you know, I never.
My dad taught me that never do that. Man.
Yeah,
never broadcast your blessing.
Yeah, I don't do all that.
Cause
So
you getting what you want God to bless you. You getting it here on earth. You getting it from people.
for sure.
And God is letting it up to some.
I never been the type to just want people to. I don't want people to see me being benevolent at all. I want to be behind the scenes because the most important thing is for you to know that somebody is blessing you.
So, what person in need, a homeless person, you know, like to be called homeless, you know, the unhoused.
Okay.
You know what person want to be on the internet, man? You know, when you
that's already embarrassing because you know they
be your charity.
You're right, cause that's already kind of embarrassing. Like, man, I'm out here homeless. I got sock on and I ain't bathed in 3 days, and now you got me showing off the parade and that you doing. And come on, man, you ain't gotta do all that.
Yeah.
And the guy told me about that one time. A guy came up to him with a big camera, trying to give him something, and then he took it back. Mm-hmm. And that, you know, that stuff like that hurt my heart, cause I got a big heart and I like to give. So I'm with you on the being more benevolent. So we're gonna kind of get to the end of this thing because we've been talking for a long time. Hey, we've been talking for a little minute now. So what I usually try to do when I interview somebody is try to take a self-reflection, look back over your life, gather all the best piece of devices of your life, and I want you to tell some young brothers out there, you know, 15, 16, 17, going out there into the ministry, going out there to the world, going out there to college. Give them some of the best advice.
The best advice I can give you, man, when it comes to, first I'm gonna give you 2 aspects. I'm gonna give you life in general, and then I'm gonna give you ministry. Well, both of them can apply. But life, as it regards to life, be yourself, man. Be the best version of yourself you can be. It's what I try to do in life, and it's Life Please podcast, so I'm gonna say it how it is. I went in there and tried to grow up too fast, man. I did the weed. I tried to drink. You know, I did that thing. And that wasn't me, because one day I was smoking, I said, man, why am I doing this? This is not me. And what I've discovered in life is that people respect you more for being you.
For sure.
For being yourself, man. So when I started doing my gospel, man, people start respecting me more. You know, even the thugs, man, they say, man, you know, he do gospel, you know, they respect me more. Mm-hmm. And when it relates to ministry, man, I just say be authentic. See, the reason, and I was thinking about this the other day, the reason I never, and my dad's a pastor, I've been to a lot of churches in my life. And I've seen people perfect playing church. And the reason I've never perfected playing church is because all my life I have seen what true authentic ministry is. So I said, brothers who go into the ministry young, you know, trying to be ministers, music, worship leaders, bass men, whatever, background singers, you know, whatever you are, praise team, pastors, whatever you are. I just say, man, let your ministry be authentic. Let God call you. Because, you know, man, that's my dad, I always tell my dad, and he agree with me. Some people called, some people sent, and some people just went.
Wait a minute, I ain't never heard like that.
Some people called, called to the ministry.
Right.
You know, some people sent. Right. You know, God sent them down.
Okay.
And some people just went. You went on your own accord.
He went on his own.
You know, this ain't,
You know what? I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. I don't like that.
And trademark me. That's my stuff. I'm gonna patent it.
Man, get out of here.
Man, just be true and authentic, man. Be true to God. stay true to his word, and take your calling serious, man. Many nights I've came in the house and we be finna go to a football game, go to a basketball game, go to the movies. And my dad say, man, I can't go back, man. I gotta work on my sermon. I gotta get it how I live.
Right.
And, I've taken that into consideration now because we try to do more newer songs at my church. Shout out to our praise team at Church Javal and Snippy, shout out to y'all. So I take it serious, try to meditate while I'm in class, while I'm in the dorm, just while I'm to myself, just try to be true to your calling, man, true to your ministry.
Okay. Well, man, look, I appreciate you for having me, bro. You can come back anytime you want. I enjoyed talking to you, man.
Next podcast, we're gonna bring all New Harmony down.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm just a small time podcaster, bro. So I'm just trying to do one thing. Just trying to do one thing at a time. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all for listening, and
thank y'all for having me.
Oh yeah, we out.
Thank you all for listening. Keep letting your light shine. This your boy Kirk, and I'm out. Lights, please.